Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and this is a fun video about Mega Kangaskhan's baby. Don't ask how it happened. I was just looking into Mega Kangaskhan, checking out stats and stuff, and then my mind started wandering, like, wait a second. Mega Kangaskhan gets faster because it's pulling the baby out of its pouch, so technically it's not being weighed down, and now it has the freedom to fight so it can get more speed. But then it stops making sense because, wait, why does it have more attack and defenses? Does that mean that the baby Kangaskhan counts, like they share damage, that they share defenses, they share offenses? That's kind of shown with parental bond, and if you even go into the lore of Kangaskhan, Kangaskhan is hatched with the baby already in its pouch. So I guess they're considered one entity. They might have some kind of connection that makes them feel it, or it's just kind of a classification, like this is a Pokemon in itself. Putting them together and averaging out the stats works out. So the baby Kangaskhan adds to the defenses and the offenses by getting stronger, thus being even more a part of Kangaskhan. But then it started getting even more interesting because I'm like, wait, Mega Kangaskhan and Kangaskhan, they're not different. Like, it's really all the baby that happens when Mega evolving. That regular Kangaskhan's the same height, that regular Kangaskhan is, you know, everything, but it's a different weight. Which means that since the baby's getting bigger, the baby's getting heavier, maybe the baby is all that extra weight. So if we look at Kangaskhan's weight, it gains about 44 pounds when Mega evolving, which means that the baby gains 44 pounds, which means we can actually find out the weight of baby Kangaskhan in the not Mega evolution. But to do that, we're going to need to know its height to calculate its mass. So now I was actually looking into, like, now I'm just totally engrossed by this. I'm like, wait a second, we need to find out everything about baby Kangaskhan. So I got a lot of different pictures, a lot of different sprites, drawings, animations, everything of Kangaskhan. I was trying to compare, like, what height is baby Kangaskhan. Well, after doing a couple things, I found out that it's anywhere from it's 1/3 to 1/4 of Kangaskhan's height. Kangaskhan is 7 feet 3 inches, so using a rough average of all the things I calculated, Kangaskhan is 3.5 times taller than its baby, so roughly 28%, which comes out to about 24 inches, so the baby's 2 feet tall. And then when it Mega evolves, it's a lot easier. There's only one image of Mega Kangaskhan, baby Kangaskhan, so we get about 3 feet 5 inches on that. And that means, you know, baby Kangaskhan's a little less than half of Mega Kangaskhan when Mega evolved. But now we can start going for some other things. So we already know Kangaskhan's weight. We already know that it's about 44 pounds heavier. So next we kind of need to find the width. Now, I'm not an expert in math. I know that, like, you need depth and there's a lot more to calculating density and stuff. But I'm working with what we've got. So by doing some other math, I found out that baby Kangaskhan before the Mega Evolution is about 8 foot wide. Whereas baby Kangaskhan after the Mega Evolution is about 18.5 inches wide. So by doing that, I was thinking, well, baby Kangaskhan doesn't have much of a neck. Its head is about the size of its body lengthwise. So we can just kind of go for an average square inches. So I came out that baby Kangaskhan's about 288 square inches, and then Mega baby Kangaskhan's about 758 square inches, which is about 2.5 times larger. And then I just kind of did some more math from there. And here's where, like, algebra comes in and stuff, that it has to be a number where the difference is 44 pounds, but it's also 2.6 times more than the initial weight. And I came up with baby Kangaskhan being about 28 pounds at that raw, like, amount. However, if we wanted, you know, add limbs, maybe add more depth, we can say that baby Kangaskhan Mega is about 3 times larger, which comes out to about 22 pounds. If we compare this to Sandshrew, Sandshrew is about right, that we know that baby Kangaskhan is about 2 feet tall, and it looks like a Sandshrew. That's small, it's stubby, it has about the right size proportions, and Sandshrew is at 26 pounds. So between 22 and 28 pounds is what baby Kangaskhan weighs, which means now we know, like, Kangaskhan's official weight without the baby. But then it gets a little more interesting, because I was like, wait a second, how does this relate to Cubone? Because there's all those theories running around that, you know, Kangaskhan's baby is actually Cubone, or Cubone with a skull and dead Marowak, whatever things. Like, I don't know the full things. So I was wondering, it's like, well, first off, Cubone is only a foot high. Since baby Kangaskhan's 2 feet, that already throws a kink into the theory. Now, if we also look at it, Cubone weighs 14.3 pounds. So it's much smaller than a baby Kangaskhan inside the pouch. And then if we also, like, I was able to find the weight of animal skulls. That since Cubone weighs the skull, well, maybe, just maybe, the skull weighs enough to help push Cubone's weight into, like, where baby Kangaskhan could be. No. So animal skulls are actually surprisingly light. That a bear skull that's 10 inches long, 6 inches wide, and 5 inches tall, which is about the proportions of a Cubone skull, it weighs barely a pound, or it weighs a little over a pound. So even if that is like a super dense, slightly larger skull, it could be 3 pounds at max. and it would have to be light enough so Cubone could support it with its own weight. So by finding, baby Kangaskhan's weight and height, we can kind of disprove that theory, unless we want to go, maybe it's a younger version. Maybe Kangaskhan finds this strange Pokemon and then adopts it as its own, or maybe, I don't know, I'm out of ideas here. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Random off-topic insanity about Mega Kangaskhan's baby and a couple of cool little facts about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a nice day.